Okay, test, test, test. Hello, hello, hello. Let's see here. Go to this screen. I can get rid of that thing. Hello, welcome to the stream. Hopefully, my mic doesn't sound so fucking cringe again. Because I didn't realize the person from last time was joking about me having a great sounding mic. So that's super embarrassing. The entire stream last time is fucking ruined by my microphone being absolutely garbage. Hopefully, it won't be that bad. I'm trying to keep my mic like a foot away from my face. Maybe that'll help. Okay. Anyway, let me grab the Scott. Let me see if he's ready. Oh, if I can type correctly, maybe. Probably not. I'm pretty awful at typing. Go. Okay. Screen. Hello. Before we get started, I'm gonna show you the picture I made for kind of like advertising the stream, because I thought it was I worked pretty hard on it because I messed with settings and stuff a bit to make this beautiful work of art. It's not really spoilers because it's literally the next picture thing that's gonna happen in the game.
Part of the next case.
Yeah. So it's not like it's.
Oh, is that your new avatar?
Yeah, it's my avatar. But you notice anything?
There's a small Edgeworth.
Yes. I made a tiny Edgeworth and put it on
Is this canon?
No, I made
Felix
that.
have an Edgeworth figurine on his desk.
He should. He should have an Edgeworth little figurine on his desk. But no, I made that. Because I was like, well, Edgeworth's coming back. And I wanted to try to add him to the picture. And I couldn't find like a good picture for me to use. I found that PNG. Which I really wanted to use because it's related to the beginning of this case thing. But trying to like position it in a good way was kind of like impossible. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna make him real tiny. I tried to make him on the computer screen at first, but I was like, no, this is not working. So I just put him on the little table there next to the computer. That's fine. It works.
I like your avatar. It looks pretty good.
Thank you. I changed the outfit to be like, it kind of looks like it has a tie. Because for the Danganronpa, it's a different like outfit thing. So yeah.
The one strand of hair standing up boldly.
Yes, because I'm a shark. It's my shark fin.
Oh, I was gonna say it's very anime.
I mean, yeah. I need to have the anime hair.
You sound a little different. Do you have your mic like away from your face or
Yeah, because last time, I listened to my stream and it was absolutely garbage. I don't know if it'll be a bit better if I bring it a teeny bit closer, but I think I had my mic too close to my face last time. And yeah, so let me turn down my mic a bit actually, so maybe it's not that loud. Maybe, I don't know, a teeny bit more. No, that's fine. But yeah, last time I listened to my stream, it was awful. My microphone was absolute garbage. So, and I think it was because I had my microphone too close to my face. So, hopefully, that won't be the case this time. I hope. Maybe. Anyway, last time we, what did we do? We proved that our alter ego, was the murderer. for the tech dude guy thing.
And don't you know, he claimed he was smarter than us.
Oh yeah.
And then we proceed to trick the crap out of him and make him admit in open court that he knew about the poison and everything and basically did it.
Yeah, what did he say that was important?
You basically said, you're not going to trick me because I know what's going on, and that isn't the poison vial. The green vial is the medicine that we swapped out, and the poison was in the green vial.
Yes.
And I definitely knew this, even though I wasn't in court yesterday.
Yeah, the poison's not in the green vial. It's in the brown bottle thing. Huh.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, how do you know that? Hmm?
I love watching Godot's reaction. Like when he's got the smoke coming out of his mask, and he's just like, no. It's great. I love seeing that so much.
And then he threw his coffee cup at us.
Yo, what a jerk. Sore loser. Godot, sore loser confirmed.
Godot, yeah. So anyway, this next part is very, very interesting. It's just a really interesting case. I really like it. But let's so episode 4, Turnabout Beginnings. Let's go. Yes, load the sub-deleted thing. Okay. The girl. Let her go! Shut up. Come closer, and I'll kill her. Sorry, but you're not going to get a chance.
Is that Mia?
I don't remember. I don't think so. I don't know. But somebody fell off the bridge there. That's fine. There we go. Yeah. I'm reading through the file of an old court case. It was the first case of my longtime mentor, Maya Fey. Fugitive data. Name Terry Fallis. Charge kidnapping, murder. Sentence death penalty. Fun. Fugitive moments. After escaping Flawless met with and then murdered Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, I recaptured her at Eagle Mountain about 8 hours after his escape. Her very first client was a death row inmate who had recently broken out of prison. That was a whole year before Maya and I ever met. Six years earlier, Maya Fey, first trial. February 16th, 9:24 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 4. I'm so nervous. I feel like I'm gonna die. I never should have accepted this case. Hi, buddy. Eek! Good morning. Don't be so jumpy, Maya. I didn't do nothing, I swear. I didn't kill nobody. Terry Fallis, my first client. Sentenced to death 5 years ago, and now a prison escapee. Just relax, Maya. Make small talk and try to relax him. So why did you escape anyway? I'm sorry. Oh wait, no, I was saying sorry. I didn't do none. I didn't kill nobody. I never lie. I didn't escape from nowhere. But Mr. Fallis, the police just returned you 2 days ago. Ugh. Sorry, I told a little lie. Oh boy. But anyway, I didn't do it. I never killed nobody. Sorry for asking, but you're on death row now. You're on death row, right? I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. They sentenced me to die 5 years ago, but I was tricked, I tell you. That woman, she lied in her testimony. That's why I got the death penalty. I swear it. I didn't kill her. I could never do that. Oh boy. 2 days ago, he escaped from the police wagon when it crashed. Then about 8 hours later, a policewoman was murdered before the police could recapture him. The police believe that Terry Fallis did it. After you escaped, did you meet a policewoman? Yeah, I did. She's the reason I escaped. So that much is true. How did he meet with the victim? But I didn't kill her. She was alive when I left. She was alive. It's true. I can trust him, right? I mean, I should. Oh. You're not going to figure out the truth by just staring at the guy. Why are you here? I came to see how our little kitten was doing all alone in the big, scary lion's den. I thought maybe you'd like someone to play with. Where's Mr. Grossberg? That old man's probably still in bed. I bet he's clutching an empty bottle and mumbling in his sleep. Aren't I good enough? After all, it's me, Diego Armando. I didn't say. So, Diego Armando, the finest attorney at Grossberg Law Offices, is here for me? No. You got it all wrong. Today, you're the finest. After all, it took an amazing amount of guts to take this case. Imagine. Escaped death row convict for a first client. Yeah, thanks. I sure wish I could get out of it, though. Ha, relax. I just heard some good news. The prosecutor for today is fresh out of his diapers as well. But really? However, like a certain somebody who I will mention, he's earned the reputation as a genius since beginning his law career. Genius? Well, it's about time, Ted and Kitten. Sharpen those claws of yours. It's time to go. It's go time. Solitary confinement cell for the condemned must be the world's loneliest place. And that's what my client ran away from. Every other lawyer gave up on him, but not me. When I saw those overflowing eyes and heard that simple, childlike voice, I just had the feeling that he was telling the truth. February 16th, 10 a.m. District Court, Courtroom number 4. Court is now in session for the trial of Terry Paulus. Defense is ready, Your Honor. Prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. I understand lawyers for both sides are newcomers. Yes, Your Honor. I'm IFA. Miles Edgeworth, Your Honor. So, you're the new prosecutor everyone's talking about, hmm? I see you joined the prosecutor's office at quite an early age. That's funny, Your Honor. I guess our little kitten hasn't earned herself much of a reputation yet, huh? Come on, Maya, you can't lose. Not to someone younger than you. Young people run into trial. I'm not too sure how I feel about that. Now then, the defendant in this case is currently a felon on death row. 2 days ago, he escaped from a police wagon. Correct? Precisely. But the defendant is not on trial for escaping prison. On the day that the defendant escaped, the policewoman was murdered. So we're here to determine if Mr. Paulus was responsible for her death. You got it, kitten. Well then, Mr. Edgeworth, let's hear your opening statement. Yes, Your Honor. It was 5 years ago. The defendant, Terry Paulus, was sentenced to death in this very court. His crimes were kidnapping, extortion, and murder. The girl he threw off the bridge was only 14 years old. A truly horrible crime. I remembered well. There was no decisive evidence, so the trial was long and protracted. Correct. But in the end, what finally decided the case was a certain witness's testimony. A witness's testimony? The testimony of Detective Valerie Hawthorne, the person who confronted this criminal. She arrested Mr. Paulus, oh my god, Mr. Paulus at the scene and later testified against him. She said she witnessed Mr. Paulus throw his young victim into the river. For those who are not aware, Eagle River is well known for its powerful current. Most bodies that fall and are never recovered. So Miss Hawthorne's testimony is the one that put him away. That policewoman you just mentioned, that wouldn't be... Exactly, the victim. The same woman that was killed 2 days ago. Police Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne. Ah, I see. The man who was upset based on her testimony escaped 2 days ago. With only one thing on his mind. To take revenge against the woman who convicted him. The truth is becoming clear to me now. Huh? Yes. It's quite obvious that the defendant is guilty. Oh, wait a minute. That's not right. At least hear the case before you decide on the outcome, Your Honor. Watch yourself, Miss Faye. I'm not sure I care for your word choice or your tone of voice. Young people these days simply don't know how to respect their elders. Why you're younger than me, you hypocrite. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, please call your first witness. I call the detective who was in charge of the initial investigation of this crime. Which is good old Gumshoe. Witness, say your name and occupation. Gumshoe, Dick Gumshoe. I'm the homicide detective in charge of the case, sir. I finally got promoted to the detective division half a year ago. I don't believe anyone asked you about that. Hey, ma'am, you got any idea how much work it takes? What is it? You are really gorgeous. Excuse me? No, seriously, my heart is aching for you.
Gumshoe's got good taste, just saying.
Gumshoe's being kind of a simp right now.
I mean, I can't fault him. He's right.
Edgeworth Edgeworth's like, stop being a simp. Not right now.
Yes, do it later.
Yeah.
Not on the clock, Gumshoe.
Detective, pull yourself together and try to be professional. Otherwise, I'll write you up on contempt so quick that something other than your heart will ache. Okay. I got it. Now, Detective, tell us about the incident. Yes, sir. Right away. The victim was Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, a veteran on the police force. She was stabbed in the back with a knife and died from excessive blood loss. That much is already stated in the autopsy report. The court would like to hear more details about the incident. Oh, okay. Already yawning. Now, more about the details about the incident itself. Yes, sir. I gotcha. Okay, let's take a look at this aerial map of the area here. This is Ketchum Dusky Bridge, an old suspension bridge. And the river that runs under there is Eagle River. The victim and the defendant met there, on top of the bridge. After stabbing her in the back, the killer carried the victim back to his car. He was captured at a police checkpoint as he was trying to make his getaway, sir. I see. Alright, we got that map. Was the victim's blood found on the bridge? Victim, Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, was wearing a thick coat, sir. Unfortunately, no traces of blood were found on the bridge. Mr. Edgeworth, I warn you that I absolutely despise conjecture. If there was no blood on the bridge, then you have no proof that they even met there. Your Honor. If you would listen to the testimony we have prepared, I'm sure you'll be convinced. The two of them most certainly did meet on the bridge that day. Why, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm not sure I like you, wagging your finger at me as though I were some oser. Detective, proceed with your testimony. Yes, sir. Here we go, Maya. Hang on. Okay, now, listen carefully, kitten. One little mistake, this guy will drink you for morning tea. Trust me, get ready. Summary of the incident. On the day of the incident, an unknown person phoned the sergeant and asked to meet. Sergeant Hawthorne went to Dusky Bridge at the designated time and met with Mr. Fawless. And that's where she was brutally murdered, sir. A criminal stuffed her body into his car trunk and tried to make a getaway. Mr. Fawless was arrested at a police checkpoint we set up in the base of the mountain. Well, you certainly have established the importance of the bridge. Naturally. Now, would the defense please hurry up and proceed with a cross-examination? Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examination. Coming right up. Hey, settle down there, kitten. If you keep trembling like that, you're gonna make me spill my coffee. I'm not trembling. It's just cold in here. Courtroom can be a cold battlefield, alright? Especially for a beginner. I don't need you to worry about me. I mean, the defendant, the witness, everyone's a beginner in here. You got me there. But maybe you should keep your claws out. Show them what you've got, kitten. It's okay, Maya. Stay calm. Just remember those court procedure videos you stayed up all night watching. Alright. Summary of the incident. Another person... Okay, I didn't know who that was. This unknown person, you have no idea who it might be, right? Sorry, but I'm afraid I do. What? The one who called Sergeant Hawthorne was the defendant, Terry Fawless. What? The defendant called her? Sergeant Hawthorne was a very thorough person, sir. She left a note about her phone call with Mr. Fawless. A note? Yeah, top secret memo that she left in her desk. Confidential police materials written by the victim. Let's see what that says. February 14th, 1:21 p.m. Fawless. 4:30 p.m. at that bridge. Wear white scarf for identification. Talk to Delilah. Tell her this time the whole truth must come out.
So, just so you know, it's Dahlia.
Dahlia, yeah. Blech. Okay, so at 1:21, he called, saying to meet at the bridge at 4:30 p.m. Okay. And told to wear a white scarf. Okay. So think about a person named Dahlia, which we don't know who that is referring to yet. According to this note, it seems the one who called her to the bridge was indeed the defendant, Terry Fawless. Whose bright idea was it to keep that note for me? Looks like the judge is even more sure of his verdict now. Listen up. Never ask a question if you don't already know the answer. It's that detective's fault. He's the one that said, unknown person. Hey now, don't make that face at me. I just said it that way because the prosecutor told me to. Was that a trap? Of course it was. With that cute face, I didn't expect him to be so sneaky. Sergeant Hawthorne went to Dusky Bridge at the designated time and met with Mr. Fawless. Okay. A bridge up in the mountains, but why meet there? Because it's a very important place to the defendant. That's why. What do you mean by that? If you remember, 5 years ago, the defendant kidnapped a young girl. He was chased onto a bridge. It was there that he killed his hostage. And the place where all this occurred, of course, Dusky Bridge. The very place where Sergeant Hawthorne arrested and handcuffed Mr. Fawless. Turning to the scene of the crime. How nostalgic. That's where she was brutally murdered, sir. Do you know that? Was the body of the victim discovered right away? Yeah, we were really on the ball. We found the criminal within 1 hour of the murder. It was great. Even got to say, hey, don't move. We've got you surrounded. Wait a second. Isn't there something weird about that? The location was a suspension bridge up in the mountains. So how did they find out about the crime so quickly? Sergeant Hawthorne must have mentioned the phone call to someone else, right? That's what happened. She wouldn't have been killed. She never mentioned the phone call from Mr. Fawless, but she left a note on her desk about it. If only I had noticed it earlier. Maybe she'd still be alive. Wonder why she didn't mention a phone call to anyone. The criminal stuffed her body into his trunk and tried to make a getaway. Mr. Wallace had a car then? Well, that bridge is way up in the mountains, ma'am. The defendant and the victim both went up there by car. I mean, hello, how else, right? What? You mean the defendant drove his own car? No, of course not. It was stolen. He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light. Car thieves. Not sure how I feel about car thieves. Is this guy sure about how he feels about anything? No, he's a judge. This is the photo of the stolen car's trunk. Fine. Naturally, that's the body of Valerie Hawthorne in there. Whoa, that doesn't look too comfortable. That she's dead. It doesn't particularly matter if she's comfortable. The victim, she was stabbed in the back, correct? Yeah. Huh. For some reason, men always seem to get stabbed in the back. We're talking about a woman here. Can't tell from this photo, but the knife was stuck in her back, nice and firm. The condition of the body where it was discovered is very important information. Detective, was there anything strange or noteworthy in the trunk of the car? I don't see anything strange, do you? Hold on, can I look at the photo? Anything strange? I mean, the car lock's broken. But I mean, no, wait, if he stole the car, wouldn't he have the key to open the trunk?
Unless he hotwired the car.
But he stole it from a couple at a red light, so wouldn't the key still be?
He'd have the key.
Yeah.
That's definitely suspicious, is the lock on there.
Yeah, okay. Here's a photo of the trunk. But I don't see anything strange. Do you? Anyway, okay, maybe. Let's do a little save. And then present the picture. No? Okay, no, okay. Load. There we go. Okay, let's just press on that first. What did the defendant have to say about this photo? What he always says, ma'am. Don't do it. Don't do nothing. That's all he says. Nothing. I wouldn't say he did nothing. At the very least, we know he stole a car. It's just what he always says, Your Honor. And he always says, sorry, I told a little lie. Or something like that. Oh, well, in any case, it seems he was caught and arrested. Precisely. Mr. Pellis was arrested at a police checkpoint we set up in the base of a mountain. Okay. That's certainly some impressive police work. Well, no, actually, it was way too close for comfort. We set up that checkpoint just after 5 p.m. We figured that Mr. Pellis might just try to run. What do you mean it was too close for comfort? The two of them arranged to meet at 4:30 p.m. and it takes approximately 30 minutes to go from the bridge to the checkpoint. That was kind of close. Any later and Mr. Wallace could have slipped right by. Listen up, kitten. There's a big trap waiting for you in that testimony. A trap? Walk into it carelessly, it'll leave more than just a flesh wound. Fun, huh? No, it's not. Well, if you want to have any chance at all, you'd better get some information. And if you're going to get caught in a trap, it's best to get caught early. You can always look for contradictions afterwards. The ever famous contradictions. I sure hope I can find some of those. Okay. Okay, let's look at the evidence we have. So...
There you go, there's a contradiction,
hold on.
right?
Is it...
Depending on how long
Wait, is her name? Is her name Valerie Hawthorne? Yeah, Valerie Hawthorne. Okay, hold on. Let me look at the thing again. Stop with the knife in the back. Die from blood loss between 4 and 5. Okay, so no, it's still good. Dusky Bridge. Okay, I don't think anything here is important.
How do they surround the bridge?
Like,
if one side is unenterable because the panels are gone.
Like this side, because that's where you park your car.
Yeah, I guess.
So it'd be this road.
Or you jump in the river, I guess.
Apparently it's like a death trap.
Yeah.
Because they didn't find the body of the 14-year-old girl. Apparently most of the bodies that fall into the river don't get found.
Oh, they get swept away by the current?
Yeah. Ballast for February 14th, 1:21 p.m. Ballast 4:30 p.m. at that bridge. Wear a white scarf for identification. Talk to Delilah. Oh, wait. Hold on. That's what we need. No scarf. No scarf. No, not load. Safe. No scarf. She got no scarf. Where's her scarf at? Huh? 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 Witness. What is it? Do you have something to say, Miss Faye? I'm sorry. I totally forgot what I was going to say. This is the first time I've ever had to actually address someone like that. You should have practiced before coming to court. Honestly, Miss Faye, I'm not sure I like this. He's not sure of anything. Say there, little kitten, want a piece of my coffee candy? Candy? Well, it's still too young to be drinking real coffee. Grrr. Come on, Maya, shake it off. You're a lawyer. Detective. Yes, ma'am. This photo. You said that there was nothing peculiar about it. Is that correct? Yeah. That's what it said. Well then, I suggest you take another look at the note written by the victim. The note? It fairly clearly says, wear white scarf for identification. The caller must have forgotten what the victim looked like. Thus, the special request. I have one very simple question for you, Detective. Where's the white scarf? I can't seem to find it in this photo. Well, to be honest, we didn't find it in the trunk, ma'am. And you stopped there? You should have looked for it. The caller told her to wear it to identify herself, so it's actually she did just that. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do you have to say about this? Sigh. The state of defense is a little lacking. The scarf you are searching so desperately for, is it this one, perchance? Huh. Where did you find that, sir? On Dusky Bridge. I was there first and decided to conduct my own investigation. Why? Why didn't you tell me? I made a decision to keep all pieces of evidence in my personal satchel. It's the safest place I know. The hot shot sure has a flair for the dramatic. It's not exactly white as the color requested, but as you can see, it's close enough for what it was intended for. Looks like it spent some time in the mud. Not surprising, it was drizzling on the mountain that day. Prosecutor Edgeworth, he was intentionally hiding that scarf the whole time. The court will accept the scarf into evidence. Now, the attorney for the defense has finished embarrassing herself. I'd like to move on with the testimony. That is alright with you, isn't it, Miss Faye? Boy, would I like to wrap this scarf around his smarky little neck. Very good. Now, we're done with this mud-covered scarf business. The prosecution moves to establish conclusively, and with hard evidence, that Miss Hawthorne and Mr. Fawless did indeed meet on that bridge that day. Furthermore, we will show exactly what occurred there. That sounds quite promising. Can't wait to hear all about it. Everything is moving at his whim. Don't forget, kitten. There's a reason why everyone considers this kid a genius. A genius, huh? Events on Dusky Bridge. Alright. Actually, there's a eyewitness who was there when the incident took place. This photo was accidentally taken by the witness. It shows the Vic wearing the scarf, sir. Oh boy. Oh, but... Looks like he's the one who arrived second to the bridge. And, how was he supposed to stab her in the back? From, this position.
I mean, here's how it works. If you grab her scarf and then you yank it off her and she spins around like a cartoon character, then you can stab her in the back.
Sure.
That explains her scarf one.
Yeah, sure. I guess, but I don't think it would work like that.
No, probably not.
Okay. It was drizzling that day, unfortunately. It's a little hard to see what's going on. Anyway, the criminal shoved the victim down from, behind and stabbed her in the back. Uh-huh. Sure he did. That must have been when the scarf fell off. Yeah. Looking at this photo, really get the sense that this bridge is very high up. It is about a 40-foot drop from the bridge to the Eagle River down below. Mr. Edgeworth, who took this photo anyway? Let's just say that it was a well-intentioned third party. Potential witness. So why isn't this person in the courtroom? Well, they said they absolutely did not want to testify. The person in question is very delicate, Your Honor. Besides, as long as we have this photo, we see no reason to compel them to testify. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I don't know how you feel about it either. So, as you can see, Terry Fowlis had both the motive and the opportunity. I think it's quite clear at this point what happened on that bridge. The truth is becoming clear to me now. Huh? Yes, it's quite obvious. He's clearly guilty. Again, that's not fair. Oh boy. I haven't even done my cross-examination yet. What do you mean? Alright. Okay. Actually, there's an eyewitness who's there to just press on everything. Who is this eyewitness? She's a college student. Female college student. That's right. Meaning she's female and a college student, ma'am. She doesn't do well in front of other people, so I came to testify for her. Maybe so, but as the attorney for the defense, I have the right to cross-examine her. For the time being, we're not relying on the witness's statements. That is all. What is that supposed to mean? The prosecution has other, more decisive evidence. Our case doesn't rest on the vague testimony of a female college student. Female college student, huh? It means she's female and a college student, sir. If you absolutely must hear our testimony, you'll have to give us a good reason why. Please tell us about the more decisive evidence in question. This photo was actually taken by the witness. It shows Vic wearing the scarf, sir. Indeed, wearing the scarf. The victim is wearing a scarf in that photo, alright. So, about the witness who took this photo. What was this person doing all the way in the mountains? She was taking photos of wildflowers, apparently. There are many unusual types of flora on that mountain, Miss Faye. People in the area say it's because of the spirits that live there. Spirits? How did you mention it? This photo. This cloudy fog-like thing. Is it a ghost? I don't believe it. No, Your Honor. No, I don't think it's a ghost. It was drizzling that day, unfortunately. It's a little hard to see what's going on. Drizzling, huh? That's right. There was a light rain coming down. The whole place was dreary. But not as dreary as the mood that's in this courtroom right now. I don't think it really hit. Looks like a cold front just moved in. In any case, the point is that the area was quite damp. There was even some fog. I even slipped and fell while I was on the bridge. It was really something. Sure it was. Actually, anyway, the criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. I don't think so. No? What? No, no. Okay, whatever. Is that part of the witness's testimony as well? Of course it is. He pushed the victim hard in the back and she fell down right on her stomach. I remember when that happened once myself. It was really brutal. Are you talking about seeing someone get pushed, or were you the one getting pushed? Or does it mean that you pushed someone down like that once? With his mind-boggling tales and the way he said brutal, I wonder if he's Canadian. Oh, am I supposed to give him kind of a Canadian accent? I don't know. Ha! Save your nasty look for the right person, huh? Take a look. Poor baby. Court record seems to have wet itself. Hey, watch where you spill your coffee. Court record, huh? Oh, okay. Court record. Oh, because it says she got stabbed. That's, yeah, that would, yeah. Stabbed in the back. Yep. What? What? Okay. Hold on. What? Okay, then what is it? So in other words, there was a struggle between the criminal and the victim, huh? That's what the witness said. Well, it looks like she didn't remember about the scarf. But from what she said, it sounded like a pretty violent fight, ma'am. The area was wet from rain. The bridge was probably wet too. Which would explain why the scarf was all covered in mud, but there's something about his testimony that still bothered me. Talk about a surprise. I had no idea there was a photo. So what do I do? You really still believe in him? This is a crybaby? Of course I do. So the little kitten believes in fairy tales, huh? In that case, the answer is obvious. If what you believe is the truth, then that means that somewhere, hidden in that testimony, is a contradiction. One huge contradiction waiting to be discovered. That's your chance. Okay. Hold on, wait. Okay. It was just like that day. Unfortunately, it's a little hard to see what's going on. The criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. How? How was he able to shove her down on the ground and stab her in the back?
Yeah, the positioning doesn't make any sense still.
It's so, I don't know. What did it?
How do you shove somebody like on a bridge when they like fall off?
Yeah, you'd think so. Let me see. Hold on. First base, you push the victim hard in the baggage, but don't really honest directly. Yeah, court record. Yeah, I know. Which court record? What thing in the court record? Bridge? No. Note? Because... I don't know. The trunk? Okay. What about the trunk? I don't know.
There's a light drizzle. I think you got something. There's a light drizzle coming down. So
does it look wet? I guess.
So she's not wet at all.
She
is
looks dry. I don't know.
She looks very dry.
I don't know. Okay. So at the time of the crime, there was a light drizzle coming down. Correct. Yeah, and fog too. Just generally soggy atmosphere. Well, I have evidence that doesn't go with that soggy atmosphere. This is a photo of the victim's body that was found in the trunk car. Considering the conditions at the scene of the crime, something isn't right. Oh wait, if they said she fell down, wouldn't she have gotten muddy too? If she fell forward, she would have gotten muddy. Yeah. Well, by all means, please enlighten us as to what isn't right. The coat, her coat. Actually, the answer is right here. Victim's coat? As far as I can see, there is nothing strange about it. Exactly, what's strange? Recall the testimony. What were the conditions on the bridge that day? It was drizzling and foggy. Dusty bridge was all wet. If the victim really had fallen down on her stomach on top of the bridge, then the front of her coat should have been covered in mud. That's exactly right. The other day I fell on a muddy street and my gorgeous playoff beard was befouled. Fouled? I do admit that the crime scene was quite wet that day. However, that doesn't mean that the top of the bridge itself was muddy. If your honor had fallen in the shower instead of a muddy street, your glorious hockey beard, front of the legal league, would be wet but not muddy. So he is Canadian. Fortunately, I've not yet to test that. So your point is well taken. Can you prove that the surface of the bridge was muddy that day? The scarf. Surface of the bridge, huh? Real man wouldn't stand for a taunt like this. The scarf! Okay. Neither would a real woman. Of course I can. Here's the evidence that proves the surface of the bridge was muddy. The scarf. The evidence is this scarf. It should be obvious. If the scarf fell onto the bridge and got this muddy, it means that the bridge was obviously covered in mud. No, I can't be outwitted by this novice bimbo. Hey, same to you, buddy. This phase assertion makes perfect sense to me. I do admit that there appears to be a contradiction between the condition of the victim's coat and her scarf. However, the real question is, why is there a contradiction? Huh? For every contradiction, there exists an explanation. Let's look into what the explanation in this case may be, shall we? Alright? It's not like he's really giving me a choice here. Huh. You're doing pretty well. Oh, little kitten. Mr. Mando. No matter what he says, contradictions always come down to a lie. It's either the victim was discovered in the trunk, the witness's photo showing the defendant and the victim. It's the testimony. Obviously, the testimony's wrong. Or the witness's testimony that stated she saw the moment of the murder. Just relax and think it over. It's pretty simple, isn't it? False evidence. It's one of those three. Yeah, it's a testimony. What you said just now. I'm not sure I like that. That wasn't me, Your Honor. It was the coffee aficionado over here that said it. This court is not in the habit of accepting false evidence, you know. Blame it on him, Your Honor. He's the one trying to slip false evidence into court. Oh! Being called out. We won't let him. We'll expose his evidence as the flimsy scam it really is. Yes! False evidence in this case is the testimony. It is a no-brainer. Obviously, it's the witness that's suspicious. During his earlier testimony, the detective pointed out a crucial fact. The criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. Now, is that testimony exactly what the witness claims to have seen? Yeah. That's what the witness told us. That testimony is filled with holes. After all, the victim's coat isn't dirty at all. That's true. It's not just true, it's the truth. If there were a truly decisive witness in this case, I'm certain that boy wonder over there would have called them in the first place. Your Honor, the defense requests to cross-examine the eyewitness. The testimony presented so far is not only vague, but contradictory as well. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, it appears we will need to hear from your mystery witnesses after all. Sire, you should brace yourself for the brutal truth. Your Honor, the prosecution has no intention of hiding the witness from the court. We are prepared to present our witness at any time. Very well, please bring forth your witness at this time. What Mr. Edgeworth said kind of worries me. What does he mean by the brutal truth? Oh, snap. Now let's proceed with the testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, please go right ahead. Thank you, Your Honor. The prosecution summons the woman who saw the events that day with her very own eyes. This is it, Maya. The battle begins here. Who is the witness? Who could it be? Witness, what is your name and occupation? Done. Oh
yeah, reliable witness over here.
Oh boy.
Outstanding citizen.
Everyone is so silent I can hear their hearts going pitter-patter. But this case happened a year before Maya and Phoenix met. So, and they met during when Phoenix was getting framed for murder. So, yeah. Maya did mention something, how she knew the witness at the other case. Okay. Oh. When I look at you, how can I put it? You look as scrumptious as a double-double in a dozen donut holes. Feel like I want to hurry up and hand down a verdict just to have a bite. Hey, not so fast. Sigh. As I said before, this witness is very sensitive and delicate. I would ask the court to please exercise care when addressing her. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. You are a true gentleman. Miss Faye, you could learn a lot from this man. He's such a gentleman, he sure doesn't act like one to me. Sir? Yes, my dear. This is my first time, so I'm sure I'll make a lot of mistakes. Anyway, I just wanted to say I'm sorry for all the trouble I might cause. No, it's no trouble at all. Now then, may we please have your name and occupation? My name is, Melissa Foster. I'm a college student, a freshman in the literature department. You on the scene when the unfortunate event occurred. Correct. And you were the one who took this photo. Is that accurate? How can you be so mean? Now see here, what are you doing shoving that in her face like that? Huh? But it's just a photograph. It's not like it's something dangerous. Next time I'll be forced to penalize you. Oh no, I don't like the turn this has taken. Is she staring at me? And you would be... Huh? I'm the defense attorney. My name is Maya Fey. I see. So you are... Now then, young lady, could you please give us your testimony? Yes, Your Honor. I'll do my best. Witness photograph. Look at this photograph. I was using my camera to take some pictures of wildflowers. Then I noticed there were two people standing up on the suspension bridge. Suddenly, they just started fighting. That's when I hurried and took the photo that shows the crucial moment. And right after that, I called the police. By the way, where were you standing when the incident occurred? I believe the map would be of help here. I was standing right over here. I was standing in a beautiful field surrounded by tall cliffs. So you took the photo from that location, huh? I brought the camera I was using at the time, just like Mr. Edgeworth asked me to. Oh, what a cute camera. Just like its owner. Thanks, Judge. Melissa Foster took the witness's photo with this small, powerful model. Alright then, Miss Faye, time for your cross-examination. I warn you, make the witness cry again and you'll feel the wrath of my gavel. Okay, that seems totally fair. Totally. Okay. I was using the camera to take some pictures of wildflowers. Did you say wildflowers? Yes, the mountain is famous for its beautiful spring wildflowers. But it's only February. Well, I couldn't wait for spring to come. Oh, I know how you feel. Just like when I first started growing this glorious beard of mine. I just couldn't wait till I wore a dyed blonde Santa beard until mine grew in properly. Would you mind if we got back to the facts of the case, Your Honor? Then I noticed there were two people sitting on the suspension bridge. Was there anything strange about the two of them? I'm a bad girl. I know I am. It looked like they were having a really serious conversation up there. So I decided to watch them, like some kind of peeping Tom. No, not at all. Everyone is like that. I love watching other people fight too. But I can't get enough of it. Actually, that's why I took this job in the first place.
Too much information, Judge.
Too much info, Your Honor. Yeah. In any case, it's perfectly natural for you to have kept watching them, especially just as they were. Well, anyway, I was watching them very closely. Okay.
Yeah, I remember in one of the previous games where Phoenix was being accused of murder or poison or whatever. When she turned out to be the poisoner of the other guy.
Yes.
Mia Mia was like, I've seen her before. And she recognizes me and blah blah blah. So this is the
yes,
case.
this was at the beginning of this game. With the case about Phoenix, Wright, and her.
And that was like the second game opening.
No, it was this third game. The beginning. Okay. Yep. Suddenly they started fighting. Do you have any idea what they were fighting about? No, I have no idea. Why do you ask that? Oh, I just thought that maybe you overheard what they said. I would never eavesdrop. You're already watching them. So, like, okay. I've got more class than that. That's right, Miss Faye. Don't drag the witness down to your level. Excuse me. Excuse me? Jeez. Grr. That's when I hurried and took the photo that shows the crucial moment. Why did you take a photo? Well, the two of them were really going at it. Ever since I was a little girl, I always wanted to be a news reporter. I guess that part of me just kind of took over. Smells like a lie to me. Yes, I understand completely. Even though I had completely abandoned my boyhood dreams, I still use my grandson to test my comedy routines on. Your poor grandson. That poor boy. So he wanted to be a comedian, huh? Not that it has any bearing on this. All I could do was use my camera, so I took the photo of the crucial moment and gave it to the police. It's not really a crucial moment, they're just standing there and talking. And right after that, I called the police. You called the police? Yes, because it looked to me like the murderer was going to try to escape. We were already moving before the call even came in. Thanks to the victim's note, we had already started our operation. Certainly tough luck for the criminal, eh? If Terry Fallis isn't the criminal, then there must be something strange in that girl's testimony. The applicant, a girl that the judge wrapped around her little finger. You're going to have a tough time poking holes in that testimony of hers. Going to have to come up with something really good, Maya. Okay. So it says that they started fighting, but they don't look like they're fighting in that photo. They're just standing there, menacingly.
Menacingly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Witness, when you said you took a photo of the crucial moment, is this what you meant? All I can see in this photo are two people facing each other. You testified that you saw the two of them starting to fight. Normally, that's the kind of thing we would refer to as a crucial moment. Why haven't you presented a photo like that? Well, you see, the photo was presented. The photo we presented was the only one there was. But if you really wanted to capture the crucial moment, then what happened next? You must have taken a photo of it. My apologies, young lady, but Miss Faye's assertion is not without a certain amount of merit. He can certainly downplay a situation, can't he? I'm sorry. I'm a very bad girl. I used it all up. I mean, the film, I mean. You ran a film? This photo was the last one. What? Unfortunately, that is the truth. I personally examined all the photographs she took that day. All the other photos are of the witness herself playing among the wildflowers. The witness herself? And who took the photos? Well, you see, the camera has a timer feature built into it. So you took photos of yourself? I remember taking some photos of myself once too. Please, no details. It seems that Miss Faye's assertion was not so decisive after all. But wait, just a minute. Well, if she had no film left, she couldn't very well take more pictures, eh? Miss Foster, perhaps you could tell us about a different sort of photo. Photos of the incident that you took with your very own eyes. Mr. Edgeworth, you're quite the poet. Very well then, let's get back to the cross-examination. Let's hear your thoughts on the fight that you witnessed. Yes, Mr. Judge. Boy, this guy is really a sucker for sweet talk. Huh. Looks like the other kitten in the room is the one that's getting all the attention. Yeah, it's sickening. I was using my camera to take some pictures of wildflowers. Then I noticed there were two people. Okay. The victim turned around and tried to run away. Uh-huh. Yeah. Run where? Run where?
Down the broken bridge. Clearly you gotta jump at that point.
Uh-huh. She only got about 10 yards before she was stabbed in the back. Yeah, because she would fall to the freaking bridge. Okay, I'll just press on it over. Victim, why do you think she tried to run away? With her police training, she certainly knew better than to turn her back on a criminal. Yeah, wouldn't she, you know, like, have a gun or something? This was a large, powerful man with a knife. If it had been a quaggly woman like you, I'm sure she would have acted differently. Excuse me? Quaggly? Quaggy? What does quaggy mean?
Let me look it up.
What does quaggy mean?
Resembling a quagmire, marshy or miry.
What?
Soft or flabby.
Oh.
Quaggly flesh is soft or flabby.
Oh. He's calling her weak.
Basically, yeah.
Okay. Admit me, I probably would have jumped into the river. That would have killed you immediately. There's still something wrong with this testimony. Yeah, it did. Okay. Alright, up. No, not load. Nope. Save. Alright. Yeah. Witness, your statement is a joke. Huh? What? But I just... Miss Faye, I thought it warned you not to make the witness cry. One short testimony and two bad contradictions. There's no possible excuse. You say there were two contradictions? It's simple. Just take a look at the diagram of the area. According to her testimony, the two of them were in the middle of the bridge. But if they were, and the victim had turned around and tried to run, well then, she would have hit a dead end. You said 10 yards, but she couldn't have ran even 5. Because Dusky Bridge has collapsed on that side. What does this all mean? It's very simple, Your Honor. This charming little witness told a charming little lie. That's all there is to it. This beautiful young lady has been lying to the court? Yeah.
Don't you know, pretty people don't lie.
Just a moment, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth. Your Honor, allow me to personally apologize for the confusion. What do you mean? There's one major mistake in this diagram. What did you say? What are you referring to? It's all because this diagram was made after the incident occurred. It's a very old bridge. We couldn't find any official blueprints on it. So you're saying... All I'm saying, even though this bridge is currently... Oh goodness, why am I in a hurry? It's only 7.
Someone's tired.
I don't know why. Saying that even though this bridge is currently in disrepair, there is no evidence that can prove that the bridge was broken during the incident. That's ridiculous. You can't actually tell the condition of the bridge from this photo. Apologize to the court for not being more clear when I presented the evidence. That guy is good. Huh? What do you mean? He planned it from the beginning. He's a genius, alright. That diagram of the bridge was his insurance policy. What? That coward. Well, Miss Faye, seems you've once again made a reckless accusation. I'm sorry. So sorry. I should have been more careful myself. No. It wasn't your fault at all. Now then, shall we get on with the trial? I'd like to establish once and for all what it was that the witness actually saw. Indeed. All right, young lady. May I ask you to please proceed with your testimony? But it's so hard to go on. We're on your side, Miss Foster. There's no need to worry. Just tell us what you saw. Yes, sir. Oh, boy. Running from the crime. After he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked her up in his arms, and he carried her over to the car. I suppose that was the only way he could make sure the body was stayed hidden. He couldn't just leave the body on top of the bridge. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm only supposed to talk about what I saw. Witnessing such violence must have been difficult. Yes, sir. I'm still shaken up. If he accepts his testimony as it is, we're finished. Don't say that. Oh well. Maybe I'll stop off at my favorite cafe on the way home. Make a really great mocha latte. This trial isn't over yet. Ha, that's what I like to hear. Alright, Miss Faye, your cross-examination, if you please. The contradiction is staring you right in the face, Maya. Go on the attack. I think it has to do with the lock being broken. I think. After he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked her up in his arms. I'll just press on everything. Are you saying that the victim didn't fall down on the bridge? Actually, maybe she did fall? Of course she didn't fall down on the bridge. If she had fallen down, this photo wouldn't make any sense. If that was the case, her coat would have been all muddy. If you don't mind, I was asking the witness. Sigh, no need to be so rude. Well, young lady. Of course she didn't fall down. Wow.
How many times you gotta change your story?
The fact that Edward interrupted her and then corrected her. Wow. Edward. Wow.
We've got some shenanigans going on here. This sounds like some prosecutorial misconduct to me.
Sure sounds like it. The man in the prison uniform grabbed her before she could. One step too slow. And then what did the defendant do after that? Then he carried her over to the car. You personally witnessed that. Yes. Did anything strange happen when he did that? How did she witness that? There's a wall. There's a wall.
That's a good question.
Okay. Did anything strange happen when he did that? Well, I don't know if you'd call it strange or not, but that's when the victim's scarf fell off. Mean that scarf? Oh, words match what we found at the scene. I don't see any problem. I suppose that was the only way he could make sure the body stayed hidden? You mean the defendant carried the body all by himself? Yes. Considering the size of the defendant, I don't think it would be difficult. Yes, but let's remember they were on a narrow bridge that was already ready to collapse. Is it even possible for him to have carried a dead body on a bridge like that? Well, the fact of the matter is that he did. That kind of talk is just silly. Wow, why did he get so emotional all of a sudden? Miss Faye, if you think there's some other responsibility, please share it with the rest of us. He couldn't just leave the body on top of the bridge. Wait, why didn't he throw it off the freaking bridge? You know, hide the body. Like, you know, he apparently did the time before. Why did you say that? It's already a broken down bridge hidden away in the mountains. Doing anything more to hide the corpse would be going overboard, wouldn't it? Yes, but that mountain is famous among hikers. A surprising number of people go up there. But it's February, right? It was raining that day, correct? There is also a small temple in a channeling dojo there. You know those monks? They just love cold, isolated places. I think the witness is trying to say that the corpse could have been found at any time. Besides, the witness is merely reporting what she witnessed with her own eyes. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm only supposed to talk about what I saw. And you're absolutely certain it was my client who was carrying the body? Well, he was wearing a prisoner's uniform, but as for his face... So you're saying you didn't get a clear look at his face? Well, they were far away, and it was raining as well. I thought it was only supposed to say exactly what I saw. Excellent, you're a remarkably honest young woman. Something about this first one is bothering me, but hey, kitchen. Have you ever put salt in your coffee? No? Why would I? Why not? Huh? It may actually go better with coffee than sugar, right? Listen, point is if you're not sure, you might as well add on a ton of salt to it. It might bring out the rust in something, like a piece of evidence. He's right, Maya. Go present something, you've got nothing to lose. By the way, I wouldn't put salt in my coffee. Two don't go well, after all. Okay,
If I hear him bragging about his newest coffee salt blend or something, I'm gonna be not happy.
Well, there's like salted caramel, like coffee stuff. I don't know. Anyway.
How does Godot lose his eye thing and get his robot man stuff? Is
We'll
that a
find that
different
out.
story?
Yeah, we'll find that
We'll
out.
find that out?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It isn't because he's drinking 16 cups of coffee every single time he has a court case and he's, I don't know, messing up his eyes somehow,
It's fine.
right?
It's, nah. Okay. No, that's not it? Okay, not the map? Okay. The only way the body... Okay, hold on. Yeah. There we go. A killer not wanting his victim to be found. I can understand that. However, the idea of moving the body for that purpose is clearly odd. There was a much easier way to make sure the body wasn't found. Whoa, what is it? Take another look at the map of the area, and you'll see. There's a river right below the bridge. Earlier, researchers pointed out something interesting about the river. For those who are not aware, Eagle Mountain is well known for its powerful current. Most bodies that fall in there are never recovered. In the kidnapping case 5 years ago, the victim's body was carried away and never found. If 10 murders were to occur at the same spot above the river, Eagle River, bet your boots that every other killer would have tossed the body in the water. Yeah, unless they needed the body for something, which he didn't. Order, order, order! Not sure if I care for the way you put that, Miss Faye, but I must admit, it does seem odd to not have thrown the body into the river. Oh, well, Mr. Edgeworth. Sigh, how sad. Perhaps Miss Faye would like to try taking a dip in the river herself. After all, you claim to be such an expert in the ways of nature.
He's just quoting you.
Yeah. What are you talking about? My point is that no matter how odd you may find the killer's method of body disposal, the fact is that is what the killer did. None of your arguments have anything to do with what witness saw. Quite true. Miss Faye, seems like your assertion is without merit after all. But what the witness claims to have seen is totally ridiculous. Surely you can't deny the body was found in the trunk of the car. Certainly consistent with what the witness had told us. Please, witness, go on with your testimony. I'll try. All you have to do is tell us only what you saw. Otherwise, the mean lady might yell at you again. Who is he talking about? Alright, I'll do my best. After he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked her up in arms and he carried her over to the car. The killer broke into the car. The stolen car hit the body in there. But okay, hold on. Press. What did the man do then? Well, naturally he got into the car and was about to flee. That's when I came to my senses. I said to myself, you have to call the police. And so that's when you called the police. You're sure that you saw all that with your own eyes? Yes, I'm 100% certain. He couldn't just leave the body on top of the bridge. Oh, I'm sorry,
It broke into the trunk of the
yeah, but why would he do that?
You should call him that. Yeah, he supposedly has the key, right?
Okay, hold on. Would it be this? No, okay. couldn't just leave the body. Oh wait, no. He set her back. He quickly picked her up in his arms. Then he carried her over to the car. The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there. No. He couldn't just leave the body on top of the bridge. I'm sorry, I'm only supposed to talk about what I saw. Okay. Let's try just pressing everything. Are you saying that the victim didn't fall down the bridge? Okay, yep. Okay, we already did that. Then he carried her over to the car. You personally witnessed that. Yes. Did anything strange happen when you did that? Well, I don't know if it was strange. And the killer broke into the trunk of the car. The stolen car and took the body in there. Maybe the map? Because how would she have seen that?
Yeah, how would she know that he broke into the...
Yep. Well, Miss Foster, looks like you've done it this time. Done what? Made a crucial mistake. Crucial mistake? Like what, Miss Faye? The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there. You're saying you saw that, right? With your very own eyes? Yes, and... It's simple, Miss Foster. Take a look at the diagram. The place you claim to have taken the photo from that day is here. Do you see what I mean? Even if you try to see the car, this outcropping of the rock is directly in the way. That's right, Miss Foster. From where you were standing, you could not have possibly seen the killer's car. I admit the diagram shows a large outcropping of rock. However, it isn't so tall that it would stop her from seeing the car. That's right. It's not high at all. I was able to see his car just fine. I'm so sorry, but that just doesn't wash. I believe it was the witness who presented this as evidence to the court, yes. This is the location that the photo was taken from. Your own photo tells the whole story. Alright, yeah, you can see it's all the way up here. So it was pretty dang tall. You can clearly see the left side of the bridge, but the outcropping that is being referred to is really more like a cliff. Your view should have been completely cut off by this cliff, but still you claim to have been able to see the killer's car. No. Order in court. What is the meaning of all this ballyhoo? Your Honor, don't jump to any hasty conclusions. The fact that the escapee fled in a stolen car was reported on the news. After witnessing a murder, I'm sure you can appreciate that the witness was very upset. She must have heard about the stolen car and convinced herself that she saw it. But she was repeatedly warned before starting her testimony. She was told to testify only about what she saw with her own eyes. Mr. Judge? What is it? I think I must have remembered things wrong. Hey, wait a minute. You can't just say that. Miss Faye, no one on the face of the planet is perfect. Yes, indeed. Quite true. You know what they say. To err is human, to forgive divine. I'm glad to give the benefit of the doubt to our witness here. What? That's not fair. Save the tears for later, kitten. Mr. Armando, look back until the trial is over. Now is the time to go forward. But that wasn't fair. Okay, kitten, you need to relax. Then you need to remember the kitten's testimony. Because I broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there. So tell me, how did she know that? How did she know that he broke into the trunk? Aha! Yeah, exactly! Well, Miss Foster, until you can explain how you know that, you're going to have a lot of very suspicious people on this side of the courtroom. Well, witness? Well, I'm certain that he broke into the trunk because there were marks left on the trunk lid. I'm certain they were scratch marks from when he broke into it. What? Let me see that photo. Yeah, but why would he if he stole the car already? It's true, these certainly look like stretch marks around the keyhole. It's obvious that this trunk has been broken open. Well, Miss Faye, are you satisfied? The judge is on her side. I can't make any mistakes here. What she just said, is there a contradiction in there somewhere? Yes, absolutely. Melissa Foster, it looks like you finally betrayed yourself. What? You said you were in a field taking photos of wildflowers, but even so, you knew about the scratches. The question is when? When did you get a chance to see those scratches? That's also true. Finally, I finally got her. I'm getting pretty tired of waiting over here. Then perhaps it would be faster, Miss Faye explained herself. Your Honor, there's only one possible explanation. The reason the witness had seen the scratches was, she put the corpse in herself? There's only one way the witness had the chance to see those scratches. Yes, what is it? Naturally, when she opened the trunk and stuffed the corpse in herself. The person who really hid the body in the trunk of that car was Melissa Foster. It was you that did it, wasn't it? That's ridiculous. I could never. It was the man in the pricing car. He's the one that... I don't think so, Miss Foster. If Mr. Follis had been the one that put the corpse in the trunk, yeah, he would have simply used the car key. There was no need to break it open. That's what I've been trying to say this entire time. But he stole the car, yeah, and the keys, so he could drive the car. He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light, which means that the key would have still been in the ignition. Oh, I see. Thank you for telling us about the scratches, Miss Foster. Without that, we would never have uncovered the truth. That it couldn't have been Mr. Follis that put the body in the trunk. No! Preposterous. To even suggest that the witness put the body in there. If that were true, then how do you explain the photo that she took? The timer on the camera! The corpse could only have been put in the trunk when the incident occurred. We already know that at the time, she was taking photographs. She has a timer on the camera. Now's your chance, Maya. Finish this thing. On the contrary, I'm not so certain about that anymore, Mr. Edgeworth. There's no need to think too deeply about it. What I'm saying is the shutter for this may have not have been pushed by Miss Foster herself. Yeah, has a timer function. Let's take another look at this camera and see what features it has, shall we? It has a timer built into it, even a mini tripod. Why? It's almost as if she had brought this camera just to take this picture. What are you trying to say then, Miss Faye? That when the crime occurred, Miss Foster wasn't in the field as she claimed? Well, if she really did use the camera as a auto timer, then the answer is yes. She was somewhere else. Exactly. She was not in the field. Would the defense please explain further? Listen, this is the crucial point. Where was Miss Foster when the incident occurred? In answering that question, we'll also make clear Miss Foster's true identity. Well then, please answer this question. Where was Melissa Foster when the incident on the bridge occurred? Here. Because... yeah. The body would have already been in there. Naturally, the witness was right here. But that's where the victim, Miss Hawthorne, was standing. Order, order, order! Miss Faye, what order? Your Honor, if I may. After parting with the victim on the bridge. Man. On the bridge, the defendant fled by a car. But this would mean that there was no time to put the victim in the trunk. In other words, if someone put the body in the trunk, it could only have been before the defendant met the victim. How asinine. Of course, Mr. Flawless met with the victim. The only person with the opportunity to have put the victim in the trunk is the same man that killed her, Terry Flawless. You still don't understand, do you, Mr. Edgeworth? By the time the witness's photo was taken, the victim was already dead. The person in the photo was not Valerie Hawthorne. What? I've never heard anything more ridiculous in my entire life. Then who exactly is the victim in this photo? It's obvious, isn't it? It's your own witness. What? It's the only possible explanation. The woman that Mr. Flawless met on the bridge that day was not Valerie Hawthorne. It was you, Melissa Foster. Me? Let's remember that it was raining and foggy on the mountain that day. Mr. Flawless himself believed that the woman in front of him was Valerie Hawthorne. But the defense knew. The defendant knew Valerie Hawthorne very well. After all, she was the woman whose testimony helped to get him convicted. But he asked her to wear a scarf. But since then, my client has spent 5 hard years in the federal penitentiary. Penitentiary.
Yep.
Yes. He couldn't remember exactly what she looked like anymore. Are you just making this up as you go along? Where's your proof? The fucking note. I got it all right here. This piece of evidence will blow this case wide open. At the time of the incident, Mr. Flawless had written what Valerie Hawthorne looked like. Wear white scarf for identification. Present! Mr. Flawless had forgotten the victim's face. That's why he needed some piece of identification, namely this muddy scarf. It was Mr. Flawless who requested that she wear this scarf to identify herself. That's already been proven by the note the victim left. In other words, as long as you were wearing a scarf like he asked, anyone could have pretended to be Valerie Hawthorne. Well, what do you have to say to that, Melissa Foster? No. Oh, she collapsed. Apparently.
Another ploy, I'm sure.
Where's Miss Foster? She's collecting his stuff in the lobby. It's obvious that Melissa Foster did it. She hid the body in the trunk and disguised herself as the victim. She set up the camera to snap a fake photo of them together. And the question is, why did she do it? Well, isn't it obvious? She's the real culprit. Well, we'll have to wait for Miss Foster to compose herself before we start again. Till then, this court is in recess. The defense and the prosecution are both to wait in their respective lobbies. Yes, Your Honor. Understood. Very well, this court is in recess. Oh boy. To be continued. Saving. Alright. Mr. Flawless, I'm sorry. I want to say thanks. You're really good. You really hooked me up. Thanks, we're almost there. Once I prove that she committed the crime. Yeah, but there's one more big obstacle we've got to get past. Obstacle? Yeah, motive. Why did Melissa Foster kill that policewoman anyway? Motive, huh? Anyway, we're still badly in need of information. Information, right? What we need the most is information about this Melissa Foster herself. All we know is that she's a student studying literature. And one more thing. What is it? Well, the incident that happened 5 years ago? Of course. The kidnapping murder case that Zebra Boy is on death row for. I don't do nothing. I don't kill nobody. I never lie. Mr. Fallis, in that case, tell us more about it. About what happened 5 years ago. Okay, I trust you. That day, 5 years ago, I dream of it every day. This picture, it reminds me of everything. The bridge looks same, just like then, 5 years ago. Like it could fall apart any minute. So it's been broken like that for at least 5 years. Huh. Sorry, buddy, but you sound like the one that could fall apart in any minute. It's true. It did. I did kidnap her. 5 years ago, I kidnapped my girlfriend, Delilah Hawthorne. Your girlfriend? Huh? Hey, hold on there. Did you say Hawthorne? The victim's last name. Dahlia Hawthorne. Valerie's little sister. What? Are you serious? The girl, let her go. Shut up. Come closer, and I'll kill her. Sorry, but you're not going to get the chance. The detective back then was Valerie Hawthorne. At first I thought shooting someone for kidnapping was crossing the line, but if it was to protect her little sister, I can understand why she did it. Wrong. No protects sister. Valerie betrayed me. Betray us. What do you mean she betrayed you? Everything. All lies. All make-believe. Kidnapping too. A make-believe kidnapping? Dahlia, my girlfriend, my love, my teen angel. Did he actually say my teen angel? He's seen one too many soap operas. I do anything she says. Anything Dahlia says. Anything Dahlia says? Oh, hold on a minute. What you're saying is that the kidnapping 5 years ago was planned by... Yeah, me and Dahlia. And Valerie too. Valerie was in on it? Dahlia's family's rich. Family rich, jewelry business. We get one jewel. That's what we thought. Me and Dahlia wrote kidnap note. We sent it to her dad. As for $2 million diamond, tell him make exchange on Dusky Bridge. We tell her Valerie make transfer cause she knew detective. Having a police detective in your pocket is a useful thing, alright. In the end, you were planning on splitting the $2 million 3 ways, huh? Yeah, but that woman... That woman, Valerie, she do it for real. She shoot at me for real, me and Dahlia. I was shot in the arm, Dahlia. She jumped in the river. She jumped in river. Jump? You don't mean she jumped on purpose, do you? I couldn't do it. I could never push her. Anyway, I blacked out. Wake up with police all over. And that's when they decide to give you the death sentence. Oh my god, the death sentence. I couldn't believe it. That woman, she betrayed me. That man, Terry Fallis, he killed her. He threw her off the bridge. He threw my beloved sister into the roaring river 40 feet below. These 5 years, all I wonder is, why? Why did she lie? That's all I want to know. So that's why you called her. You wanted to hear the truth from Valley yourself. Yes, but I forget what she looked like. So I tell her to wear a scarf. I don't want to hurt her. Just ask why. Why did you lie? Why did you betray me? I just want to hear an answer come from her mouth. That's all. So that's why. That's why you made a crazy escape like that. Just one thing, Zebra Boy. My senses are tingling all over. Tell me, Mr. Fallis. Where is it? Huh? Where's what? Come on now, kitten. The ransom. The $2 million diamond. Remember that now? Did you give it back to Pops? Did the police take it? I don't know. Huh? You don't know? No, really. I don't know. It's gone. Dahlia. But Dahlia? That day, on the bridge, Dahlia put it in backpack. Now gone. With Dahlia. Gone. Forever. Into the Eagle River. It disappeared with Dahlia, huh? Wait a minute. You can come back in now. We're about ready to go. Mr. Fallis, just one more question. When you said with Dahlia, do you mean the diamond is still missing? Along with the body of Dahlia Hawthorne. Never found her, my sweet Dahlia. They never found her. Salted by river, gone. Dahlia, my teen angel. Your teen angel? How old was she anyway? Just 14. But 14? I guess you were robbing cradles before diamonds. Yuck.
Oh shit.
She plans a fake kidnapping and disappears into the river with a rock for $2 million. Man, oh man. Angels these days. Fallis takes the fall and gets a one-way ticket to death row. Is Dahlia Hawthorne an angel, or is she really a... It's time, kitten. Looks like we have a few more aces up our sleeve now. You bet. Alright, $2 million gem used as ransom for Dahlia. Lost to Eagle River 5 years ago. Training wheels come off now, Maya. We've got to strike while the iron is hot. That's one of my rules. Remember it. Alright. We got this. February 16th, 1:49 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 4. Now then, let's continue with the trial of Mr. Cherry Fallis. Witness, are you feeling better? Yes, Your Honor. I'll try my best. You're a brave young lady. Not this again. I can understand a defense lawyer wanting to get her client off the hook. However, try to pin the crime on an innocent student is. What are you talking about? My witness is not the person on trial here. She's an innocent bystander who witnessed a violent crime. That's all. What possible reason would a girl like this have for murdering a policewoman? Certainly I'd imagine this woman was a murderer. Her motive, huh? I figure that's what I had to establish next. Well, Miss Faye, do you have any evidence of her motive? Yes, of course. I think. Still acting as tame as a kitten. Mr. Armando. Listen, a lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets. Smiling on the outside while your guts are twisted in knots and this is the mark of a pro. Maybe so, but I wish you would quit grinning at me like that. Excuse me. May I speak, Mr. Judge? Of course. Mr. Judge is ready anytime you like. I'd like to say something. Some people here are suspicious of me, right? That's why I at least wanted you, Mr. Judge, to know that it's not true. I see. You're such an honest and upstanding young lady. Looks like this witness is a real professional. What do you mean? Look at that 100-watt smile. Just when things are darkest for her, click. She lights her right up. Very well then, let's hear what the witness has to say. Alright. I was out of the country until the year before last. Until I entered college, I had never even been to Eagle Mountain before. I certainly don't have any reason for wanting to hurt a policewoman officer, holding a grudge and killing the officer who testified against you 5 years ago, or kidnapping a poor girl. I think the defendant is a terrible, horrible monster. Out of the country, eh? Precisely. Furthermore, she has no possible motive for committing murder. Indeed. You're up to bat, kitten. Sharpen those claws and put on your best smile. You bet. Somehow I have to tie her to this case. Alright, let's see here. I was out of the country until the year before last. So, what country were you living in then? We were all living abroad, but after my parents were killed, it was a brutal civil war. She had to try to make her way back home alone. I lost everything. I didn't even have any personal identification. What kind of sob story is this? What do? Should I press her for details? Yeah. Very important. Witness, answer my question. I'll even repeat it for you. What country were you in? Your Honor, this line of questioning is childish. What country she was in and how many languages she may speak are irrelevant here. What we're here to evaluate is whether this witness had any connection to this case. I've lived abroad ever since I was a little girl. That's why I could never have known Mr. Follett or Detective Hawthorne. Yes, I think we've established that point. Yes, indeed. Well then, shall we add what you've just stated to the official testimony? Yes, please, Mr. Judge. Okay. Naturally, I didn't know the name, either the victim or the defendant. Okay. Didn't know the victim. Try pressing on it. You didn't know either person. Are you certain of that? Yes, I'm afraid I'm rather shy around people. Oh, well, that can't be helped. Why is he just agreeing with everything that comes out of her mouth? The first time you saw either of them was when they were on the bridge, correct? Yes, it really was a coincidence. Till I entered college, I'd never even been to Eagle Mountain before. So what made you decide to go to Eagle Mountain anyway? I just love being outdoors. Picnics, hiking, you know, that sort of thing. You don't look like much of a hiker to me, but you do look like a dagger of sorts. Or digger of sorts. But Eagle Mountain is a 2-hour drive from here and no train runs through there. There are plenty of mountains that are closer and easier to get to. Well, I went there once with the college hiking club. I fell in love with its stark, desolate beauty and its cold yet romantic gloominess. Romantic gloominess. Didn't know you were such a goth. By the way, what's the name of your college? Prosecution objects to any questions that involve the witness's private life. All that matters is that she is a material witness to a crime. The witness doesn't need to respond to questions that are clearly malicious in intent. Thank you. She's really gone too far. Miss Bay, you're treading on thin ice here. I rarely said anything. Talk about sensitive. I mean, they said she was, sensitive. So I guess that's fair. I certainly don't have any reason for wanting to hurt a police officer. Perhaps, but your behavior that day was very suspicious. Not only have you contradicted yourself here in court, but you know things you shouldn't. For example, the scratches on the trunk of a car. Well, that's... Unfortunately, Miss Faye, my statement proves nothing. Oh, really? And why is that? The witness came to the police station once to identify the suspect. It's entirely possible that, in that time, an officer showed her this photo. That seems like a rather serious mistake. That's the oldest trick in the prosecutor's book. That's not fair. That wicked inmate, I'll never be able to forget that horrible day. Holding a grudge and killing the officer who testified against you 5 years ago? A grudge? Well, the policewoman's testimony was crucial, wasn't it? Crucial in getting the defendant sentenced to death? Yes, and that's precisely why he harbored such deep anger against her. So much anger that he forgets his own guilt. Wait. My client has always maintained that he's innocent of those charges. He seems rather forgetful. Your client, I mean. Not only did he forget about what he did, but he forgot the poor policewoman as well. What do you mean by that? Your client, he forgot what the detective looked like, right? It's too bad for her that he didn't forget about her testimony as well. Well, she's right about that. Mr. Fallis is kind of forgetful. That's harder. You said he forgot what the detective looked like. What do you mean by that? Well, he couldn't tell who she was without some kind of identification, right? Right. That's why the victim was wearing a scarf as identification. Why, if I had been wearing a white scarf that day, then he probably would have tried to kill me. That's true. He's certainly a bitter man. This is bad. Mr. Fallis' reputation just keeps getting worse and worse. Something's best not to poke too deep. What should I do with that last statement? Add it. Your Honor, what the witness said just now was tremendously important. I'd like to add it to the official testimony. The prosecution has no objection. After all, the defendant is a killer and a mentally unbalanced one at that. That testimony only helps to further prove that point. No, that's not what I... Enough. Witness, if you would. My pleasure, Mr. Judge.
Smile.
I guess I'm unlucky I wasn't wearing a white... Unless I'm lucky I wasn't wearing a white scarf. What do you mean by lucky? Well, it's February now. Everyone is wearing scarves. If I had actually worn my wife's scarf like he said, then you yourself might have been killed. That would have been a terrible loss for this world. Looks like you pressed too hard this time, kitten. Mr. Armando, keep looking around, you're going to lose sight of the finish line. Justice is blind, but she's not deaf. Sometimes you have to know when not to talk. Kidnapping, I think that's not... I don't think we talked about this, because it's confidential police materials. So that would be very strange if she somehow knew about this. Yeah! I didn't even save. I'm gonna save now. Hell yeah. It's true, Mr. Fallis did give instructions to Valerie Hawthorne about their meeting. The note that she left said, wear this white scarf for identification. Yes, what about it? Isn't it obvious? Doesn't it strike you as odd? That note was a secret piece of evidence. How is it that the witness knew about it? Ha-ha! Gotcha. Order. It is odd, isn't it? Well, Mr. Edgeworth, did you show top secret evidence to the witness? That would be pretty bad. Your Honor, I certainly never gave anyone permission to do such a thing. In that case, the only way the witness could have known about just the moment. Of course I didn't know about the note. It's just, I saw it when it happened with my own eyes. You said you didn't hear anything. How would you know? The scarf had any meaning. When the victim went to see the killer, she used her own scarf to signal to them. How would you know? That's That's why I assumed that the signal was a white scarf. I suppose that makes sense. No, it doesn't. Come on, Maya, you can't let her weasel out of that easily. Witness, sorry, but your explanation isn't going to work here. But why? It's true. That's what I saw. Impossible. There's no way you could have seen the victim use a white scarf to signal him. Why didn't I see that? Or why wouldn't she so? Well, you could have seen the victim use a white scarf to signal him.
Map, maybe? Maybe that's the...
Map. Yeah, okay. Here's the definitive piece of evidence that proves that. Oh, maybe not. No? That's your definitive piece of evidence? Yes, if I think he is correct. Nope, I think I'm wrong. Well then, we have one mystery solved. The answer's simple. Miss Faye think he's wrong, that's all there is to it. Thanks. You're killing me over here. Okay, Miss Faye, okay. Okay, hold on. We can load. I saved right after the last thing. Okay. So it's a little closer, so when I fuck it up again, I'll have to go back to work. Okay. Okay. Survey explanation isn't gonna work. Why? It's not true. That's what I saw. Possible. There's no way you could have seen the victim use a white scarf to signal to him. The picture? No? Okay, not that. Okay, not the picture she took. Not the picture of the map. There's no way you could have seen the victim use a white scarf to signal to him. No, okay. I don't know. Well, okay. So this scarf isn't exactly white. It's kind of more blue. So... try that. Scarf itself. Okay, you've said several times in your testimony that the victim was wearing a scarf. A white scarf, correct? Haha, yes. Yes. Okay. Yes, is something wrong? That's what I'd like to know, Miss Foster. Have a look at this. It's the victim's scarf. Ah, I'm sure people would disagree about what to call this color. However, it certainly is not white. Yeah. You knew what the note said. Ha ha ha. Yeah, because it's more light blue. But it would be still probably close enough for him to be like, that's the person. But to be very specific and say, or very not specific and just kind of like off when, because he's looking for somebody in a white scarf. It's a light blue scarf, but it's close enough. And they're at a bridge, so it's like they're the only two people there. So I don't think he'd be particularly picky about that. But for somebody from the outside to see that scarf, they'd probably say it's more light blue or blue. And not white. Yeah, I guess so. You knew what the note said. She knew the contents of the note. No! It says, wear white scarf by identification. That's the reason why you said it was white. Well, Miss Foster? No! Order! Mr. Edgeworth, I'm waiting for an explanation. I'm quite sure this note wasn't leaked to the public. And yet, this one is so exactly what the note said. At the time of the murder, the number of people that knew were quite limited. Terry Fallis is one. The person who wrote the note, Valerie Hawthorne, is another. And finally, one more person. Did you say one more person? That's right. Person that no one would have suspected. Have you figured it out, kitten? Yep. The third person that knew the contents of the note was Dahlia Hawthorne. And that person is Dahlia Hawthorne. Dahlia Hawthorne? I've never heard that name before. Look at the victim's note. This is what it says. Talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time. There is her name right there. What's this? Who is this person? This Dahlia Hawthorne. Sire, Miss Faye must be desperate if she's trying to bring the dead back to life. The dead? Dahlia Hawthorne was the victim's deceased younger sister. She was killed in a crime 5 years ago. Killed in a crime? You don't mean... Yes, she was kidnapped and killed by Terry Fallis. Oh, snap. You said she was killed, but was she really? What are you implying? Of course, people thought she had died 5 years ago, when she fell off Dusky Bridge and was lost in the Eagle River. However, her corpse was never found. She was declared legally dead 5 years ago. As far as the law is concerned, Dahlia Hawthorne is dead. Is officially dead. But the fact remains that her body was never recovered. Dahlia Hawthorne was 14 years old 5 years ago. If she were still alive, she would be 19 now. Melissa Foster? I believe that's the same age you are. Even you couldn't, Miss Faye. You're not saying. I am saying. But I am. That's precisely what I'm saying. This witness before us is the girl that was kidnapped and killed 5 years ago. This girl is in fact Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. What? Nice work. That was like tossing a grenade in a 3-alarm fire. But unless you can tie all those loose ends together, you're nothing but a hit-and-run arsonist. I understand. Do you? I don't think I understand what he just said, but okay. If I can expose her true nature, I can turn this whole case on its head. Now is my chance to make Mr. Edgeworth squirm. Witness, just who are you anyway? I didn't think it'd come to this. That's enough. You don't have to say any more, witness. Yes, I understand. What? Mr. Edgeworth, explain yourself. Your Honor, I have an admission to make. I honestly never thought the defense would pursue the matter this far. You don't. You don't mean... Yes, the prosecutor's office isn't filled with fools, you know. Naturally, we conduct full background checks on all of our witnesses. You mean he knew the whole time?
This is prosecutorial misconduct, like actually for real.
Yeah.
This is some bull crap. And he didn't tell anybody about it. He didn't tell the court about it. He didn't tell anybody about it.
Yep.
This is like, I'm pretty sure this is withholding material facts or something from the court and the other side. This is bull crap.
Yes, this is figure related to the case, and not giving information to the police. Which in general, he should just give all evidence to police, because I think that would be obstruction of a crime scene? Wouldn't it?
I think it's withholding material facts from
Yeah.
the case.
But, like, for him to take that scarf.
Obstruction of justice, too.
Yeah, obstruction of justice. And just, yeah, wouldn't it be removing a piece of evidence, the scarf?
Mm-hmm.
That would have been obstruction of a crime scene. An obstruction of justice, obviously, but it's specifically a crime scene, because you can obstruct justice without obstructing a crime scene. Because you could also accidentally obstruct a crime scene if you didn't know it was a crime scene, but he clearly knew it was a crime scene. Yep. Okay. What did he say? Looks like the kid knew. He knew her true identity from the get-go. No way. But then why? If you hadn't revealed her secret, he wasn't going to say anything about it. All he wanted was her testimony, so he made a little trade. Let me introduce you to the victim's younger sister, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. But I thought she died 5 years ago. We thought so as well, but, well, as you can see... Why did she hide her identity for 5 years? That was nothing to do with the current case. She was merely an accidental witness to a crime. Accidental, my ass. Accidental? I don't believe that for a minute. For the last 5 years, she's been playing the role of victim. And now we find her acting suspiciously at the scene of another murder of her sister? With the same man that happened before? Accidental, sure. Really, Miss Faye, I must say your strategy here is painfully obvious. You're trying to pin your client's crime on an innocent witness in order to win. At any cost. How dare you? Please, let us take a moment to think. 5 years ago, this girl was kidnapped and nearly killed. But even worse than that, 5 years later, Dahlia Hawthorne lost something much more precious. Her big sister. Miss Faye must be insane to even suggest that she murdered her. Yet again, another situation of an older sister getting murdered.
Yeah.
Isn't that fun? But in this case, it actually was the younger sister. Fun.
Yeah, there's a lot of sibling murdery stuff that goes on in Phoenix, right? Isn't there?
Specifically, it seems like it's sisters. Yeah, kind of thing. Older and younger sister. Only sisters.
Except I can't remember what the hell his name is. Well, we had 2 cases where one brother died. We had the circus one with I think he was like the Native American dude.
Yeah, the twin. I think they were twins.
The trapeze dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we had the other dude, which is the cowboy detective from that one of those cases. Yeah. Which is coincidentally when we found the victim in the trunk in this case, it instantly reminded me of that because the victim in that case was also found in the trunk. Yeah. So then we had that guy and his brother died, and the whole thing was basically based around trying to find out what happened.
And that also had to do with because the older sister was being framed for the murder of the crime. And she was also related to the crime that killed his brother, where she, I think she lied in court because they were trying to, get the serial killer, caught. So, even though she kind of knew that it wasn't actually the serial killer who killed the officer dude, the detective, she still said it was him because she was a witness for that. Just because it's clear that the guy was a serial killer, but they didn't have any evidence for the other crimes pointing it to him, like any physical evidence or like witness testimony isn't physical evidence, but it's more evidence than just like circumstantial evidence, I guess.
Depending on who you ask, eyewitness testimony is considered terrible.
Yeah, it's not great, but like for the situation, yeah, that's the only thing they really had to kind of get this serial killer guy. But then you find out, oh, it was actually the chief of police. So, fun. Or, like, I don't know if he was the chief of police or just, like, the guy in charge of the police. Detectives or whatever. Anyway, yeah. Higher up dude. Yeah. So it's very interesting how it's very similar and stuff. Anyway. Miss Faye must be insane to even suggest that she murdered her. What? And then later he's trying to frame Maya for killing Mia. Or Maya.
Yeah.
Maya.
Yeah.
Maya. Yeah. So, funny how that be.
A lot of sisterly love going on around
Yeah.
here.
But it's funny because he's just like, how dare you think that she would kill her older sister? And then a couple years later, with the, Maya being framed for being the killer from Maya, she killed her older sister. Funny how that be. Anyway, I'm inclined to agree with the prosecutor's logic. Miss Faye, do you have any evidence to back up your assertion? What possible reason would this witness have for killing her beloved sister? Well, you see, that's actually a good point. Why would Maya kill Maya?
I don't know.
In that case.
She has no motive. I mean, the whole case was kind of stupid anyways, because, I mean, that was how we met Maya.
Yeah.
Because we were trying to save her butt from, like, wrongful murder charge.
Yeah, it's just weird, because I'm, like, thinking back to it, I'm like, she didn't have motive.
No, she had no motive at all.
So that's weird.
That's why it was also absurd. It was absurd on its face, the charges.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you see, I thought I was winning. Somehow he's turned it around on me. I think you need a little push in the right direction, kitten. Defense is prepared to present evidence supporting our claim. Buddy? Armando? Huh? That wasn't me. It was this guy. This crazy coffee addict. Oh. I think we've heard enough empty threats from you, old man. What makes you think they're empty, boy? Because your protege looks like she's sweating bullets. I'm sweating bullets. You think you're in a tough spot, huh? Of course, aren't I? No. You've just arrived at the moment of truth. That's all. Whether you win or lose, that's up to you. Up to me? Sigh, the rashness of youth. How charming. Edgeworth, you're younger than her. He
doesn't mind being a hypocrite.
He's
about his age.
It's just like, why bring up the youth part? Just say like fresh meat, like, cause she's technically new to the courtroom. Technically he is too, but whatever, it's fine. Oh, charming. This is coming from someone younger than me, yeah. Now then, let's not waste any more time, Miss Faye. What motive would this witness have for murdering her own sister, Valerie Hawthorne? Okay. The diamond? The diamond. No? What is this? This is a bedside joke. If so, certainly don't get the punchline. Oh, that was the rashness of youth. Uh-huh. Okay. I don't know how long ago it was that I saved, so I'll just keep going. Whatever, it's fine. It's fine, we'll just save here. That's fine. It doesn't matter if you get a perfect score or anything, like with Danganronpa, where it's like you get more points for getting it right. There's nothing like that, so whatever, it doesn't matter. We're near the end. The ration of you, what is point? The witness stayed hidden for 5 years, kitten. There must be a good reason for that. Some must involve Valerie Hawthorne. Okay, one more time, Maya. Okay. Let's not waste any more time, Maya. What motive for this witness for murdering? Okay. him? No? Nope, nope. Try again. That's the police note? Okay, here we go. The story starts after Terry Fallis escaped. Okay. Because it mentions Dahlia, like that, or yeah, Dahlia. So it would be really weird for her to mention Dahlia for some reason if she's been dead for 5 years and not like involved in this at all. That would be weird. Story starts after Terry Fallis escaped. He called Valerie and told her he wanted to meet. This is the note she left. It says, "Talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time. The whole truth must come out." That's important. Valerie Hawthorne gave Dahlia a warning. She told her she was going to reveal to the world the whole truth. The whole truth? There was a dangerously important secret between Valerie and Dahlia. That's the reason Dahlia felt she had to kill Valerie. To keep her mouth shut permanently. Holy. A terrific story, Miss Faye. If you like fiction, that is. And late in the court, Miss Faye, what was the secret that was so important? Where's your evidence? Dahlia and Valerie Hawthorne, Terry Fallis. There's only one secret that connects them all. Oh yes, I know this secret. Your Honor, the defense would like to request further testimony. Let's do another save, be safe. Okay. What testimony? Regarding the kidnapping 5 years ago, we believe it'll explain a lot of things, such as the nature of the important secret between the Hawthorne sisters. Very well, I'll grant your request for further testimony. I know it'll be painful for you, but can you enlighten us once more, my little maple leaf? That's a weird thing to say. Little maple, well, they're really trying to remind us that he's supposed to be Canadian.
Okay, I see.
But I feel like there'd be a better thing to say, like sweet maple syrup or something.
Yeah, maple syrup. Let's go with maple syrup.
Because saying sweet maple syrup, saying she's sweet like maple syrup, like, okay, sure, that makes more sense. Little maple leaf. What? Okay. Yes, I'll try, Mr. Judge. Putting on the old charm one more time, Dahlia. But this will be the last time you hide your womanly wiles. Use your what? Will use your womanly wiles? I don't know. 5 years ago, I was kidnapped by Mr. Fallis. The ransom price was a raw diamond. My sister, Valerie, brought it to the bridge. After she made the exchange, she shot Mr. Fallis in the arm. But where's the diamond? That's when Mr. Fallis tried to kill me by shoving me off the bridge from behind. I survived, but I was afraid I might be kidnapped again for my family's money, so I decided to change my identity and start a new life. The kidnapping left her emotionally scarred. With her sister's help, she left the Hawthorne family and started all over again. Were to leave after all that, she murdered her sister? Preposterous. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Miss Faye? Yes, Your Honor. As you've heard, the witness is still traumatized from the kidnapping. I'll ask you again to be extremely gentle in your cross-examination. Mr. Edgeworth got the jump on me again. Okay. If we're not allowed to fight, then let's twist some arms. Listen up. We've still got that info. That ace up our sleeve. What info? Come on, kitten. Don't say you've forgotten already. The fact that the kidnapping 5 years ago was staged. That's right, it was a fake kidnapping. Terry Fallis told us that in the lobby. I do anything she says, anything Dahlia says. What you're saying is that the kidnapping 5 years ago was planned by... Yeah, me, Dahlia, Valerie too. Yes, the fake kidnapping is your best shot, Maya. That's your secret. But we have to prove it now. Yeah. 20 years ago, I was kidnapped by Mr. Fallis. The ransom price was a raw diamond. My sister, Valley, brought it to the bridge. Okay, let me press on that a bit. I heard the diamond is valued in the neighborhood of $2 million. $2 million? It was still uncut, so it was about the size of a pint of milk. Honestly, in today's money, that doesn't sound that much. Like, as bad as it sounds for kidnapping charges and like all the risk involved, 2 million doesn't sound that much, to be honest.
No, it doesn't. Especially, well, maybe 15 years ago or whatever when this game is made.
Yeah,
you know,
I think it's
$5
like
million
yeah,
would be
about 15.
Yeah. Plus, it's not really a risk for her.
Yeah.
Or her sister, is it? Because
No.
Our defendant, man, he's the one who's taking the fall for everything,
Yeah.
isn't he?
I'm just saying in general, like as a statement of like, man, that doesn't sound like a whole lot of money for such a risky situation in general. Because even then, it would still be he's framed as being the kidnapper, even if the plan went exactly as they said it would. He would still be put as being a kidnapper. Like, yeah.
Well, the risk isn't theirs. Like I said, the girls aren't really at risk. He's gonna be the one who's gonna take the rap for everything. And
yeah.
He has.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, the fact that he would only get a third of that, and he would be like the one to get the blame for it if everything went as they said it would go to him. It's still just like doesn't seem like a lot in today's money. But anyway, it was still uncut, so it was about the size of a pint of glass. Pint of milk. Jeez. $2 million pint of milk. I don't know what to think about that. Pint. Defendant demanded that her sister Valerie make the exchange. As a detective, of course, but as an individual. By the way, I want to ask you, Mr. Edgeworth, why do you think he wanted to make the exchange up there on that mountain? If he ever got surrounded, it would be hard to escape. There is one thing a kidnapper wants to prevent, and that's police involvement. In a place like that, it would be easy to tell if he was being followed. With only one entrance to the mountain, he was ensuring his safety. What a wickedly clever man that Mr. Fallis is. Clever? I don't know. No, I don't think clever is a word I would ever describe as for him. Yeah, right. It was all your plan. Anyway, Valerie brought the diamond to the mountain, and after she made the exchange, she shot Mr. Fallis in the arm, which makes no sense. Why would she shoot him? That was a dangerous thing to do considering you were being held hostage. Yes, but actually, that saved my life. What do you mean? You see, Mr. Fallis was holding a knife in his right hand. Somehow, I just knew he was going to use it. I knew he was going to use that knife to kill me. That's why my sister shot him. It was to save me. Sure. That's when Mr. Fallis tried to kill me by shoving me off the bridge from behind. I'd like to hear more about what happened right at that moment. Well, when Mr. Fallis was shot in the right arm, he let go of me. I was dazed. I turned to try to run away, but Mr. Fallis turned to grab me as well. As I ran past, he and I locked eyes for a second, and he gave me a large, bloodthirsty grin. Bloodthirsty grin? Ooh! And in the next instant... I advise the court to remember that the river is 18 feet deep and incredibly swift. I was a strong swimmer, but I was knocked out. When I came to, I had been carried away by the river to a strange place. I'll never forget that day. The crumbling bridge, nowhere to run. Then just one little shove from behind, that was it. Before my sister could catch me, I fell into the river. I survived, but I was afraid I might be kidnapped again for my family's money. And that's why you hid your identity. Yes, I only told my sister. Valerie Hawthorne, huh? Yes, she's the only one who knew about me. Meanwhile, legally, this witness has been deceased for 5 years. I didn't ever want something like that to happen to me again. So I decided to change my identity and start a new life. And that new identity was Melissa Foster, right? Yes, my sister helped me get the official paperwork taken care of. That makes sense. Without an insider's help, doing all the paperwork would have been impossible. She was the only person left in the world I could count on. And you think I killed her? There's no way I could. It's a moment of truth for this witness too. Once the truth about this staged kidnapping comes out, everyone in the court will know how much of a Jezebel she really is. Gotta prove that kidnapping was a hoax. Okay. The ransom price was a raw diamond. My sister Valerie brought it to the bridge. After she made the exchange, she shot Mr. Follis in the arm. No? Because if she made the exchange, then where's the diamond? If she had given it to him, where's the diamond?
We don't know.
Mr. Wright tried to kill me by shoving me off the bridge from behind. No. Okay. Oh. That's not what I meant to do. Okay. 5 years ago, I was kidnapped by Mr. Follis. Okay. The ransom price was a raw diamond. My sister, Valerie, brought it to the bridge. Yes. After she made the exchange, she shot Mr. Follis in the arm. Okay. That's when Mr. Follis tried to kill me by shoving me off the bridge from behind. I survived, but I was afraid I might be kidnapped again for my family's money. So I just saved myself. Okay. No? Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm like, wait. Okay. You say Mr. Follis pushed you into the Eagle River. Okay. However, that's hard to believe. But it's true. I felt a push on my back. I'm certain of it. It was Mr. Follis. I'm sorry. I guess I wasn't clear enough. I shouldn't have said, that's hard to believe. I should have said, that's impossible. Impossible? I asked the court. Recall the condition of Dusky Bridge, now and 5 years ago. That bridge hasn't changed one bit in these last 5 years. If someone had pushed you from behind, as you have claimed... Oh, right, there's rocks here. Instead of being carried away by the river, you would have been smashed by the bedrock below. A most certain death. Oh, 1 second. Sorry about that. Do you understand now, Delilah Hawthorne? The very notion that my client pushed you from behind is possible. Your Honor, this event occurred 5 years ago. While for all we know, the water level in the river may have been higher back then. But it's 40 feet from the bridge to the river. A small change in the water level wouldn't have made a difference. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. You're right, if the events occurred just as the witness testified, then the defendant couldn't have pushed the witness into the river. Young lady, what is the meaning of this? You see, Just a moment, Your Honor. It's true that the witness testified that the defendant pushed her into the river. However, she never stated that she fell from the back end of the bridge. What do you mean? After being shot in the arm, it's possible that Mr. Fawless panicked. Therefore, he could have unwittingly pushed her off the side of the bridge. If that's true, she would have fallen into the river. Well, Miss Hawthorne, is Mr. Edgeworth's explanation correct? Now that you mention it... Yeah, because freaking Edgeworth just made it up immediately. I do remember now. When I fell off the bridge, my skirt got caught in one of those bridge's side wires. You can't be serious. Order in the court. It seems Mrs. May's assault has finally reached its conclusion. Not now, Maya. This is no time to retreat. Fortunately for you, this is just the start of Miss Faye's assault. Alright. What? I believe your reasoning went something like this, Mr. Edgeworth. After being shot in the arm, it's possible that Mr. Fawless panicked. Therefore, he could have unwittingly pushed her off the side of the bridge. However, once again, I'm forced to say, that's impossible. Ridiculous. What's so impossible about it? Because your flawed logic contradicts the court record. Does it now? I don't remember if it does. How? This evidence shows the fatal error you made. Okay, no. Okay, I'm like, what? Okay. As your father going to context the court record. How? This photo? Okay, this photo. Your Honor, all the answers are right here in this photo. Take a look at the wires supporting both sides of the bridge. They extend up to about 5 feet off the ground. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. It would be impossible to push someone off from there. No! Let's remember the size and strength of the defendant. Wires like this wouldn't be a problem for him. He could easily picked up a 14-year-old girl and thrown her over. So young and already so forgetful, Mr. Edgeworth, Mr. Fawless had been shot in the right arm. And more importantly, Valerie Hawthorne had her gun trained on him at point-blank range. So, Mr. Fawless throwing the witness off the bridge? That is certainly impossible. Order! What is the meaning of this? Dahlia Hawthorne, you jumped into the Eagle River intentionally. What? What is this? Indeed, what do you mean by such a ridiculous remark? Yes, it's ridiculous. My sister was there to help me. She had a gun and handcuffs. She could have saved me. Jumping into a raging river like that would have been suicide. Perhaps, but still, that's exactly what you did. You were probably confident that you could handle the swift current, but even more so, the witness had a much more compelling reason for jumping into the river. To take the diamond. Oh, and then what was it? What was so important that she'd want to jump into the river? The witness is still alive. This fact alone explains everything. This is why she risked her life by jumping into the diamond. 5 years ago, something else disappeared along with Dahlia that day. Blech. The item that Valerie brought up to the mountain with her, the $2 million diamond. No, it can't be. Yes, Dahlia had it all planned from the beginning. $2 million, she was going to keep it all for herself. She forced Mr. Fallis to help her fake the kidnapping. At the last minute, she betrayed him and threw herself into the river, with the ransom tucked away safely in her backpack. Oh man, why that's simply ridiculous.
Yeah, his eyes say otherwise, though.
Order! Your Honor, 5 years ago, the witness was only 14 years old. Do you really think a 14-year-old is capable of such a demonic plan?
Always.
This woman is a demon, and there was one more person who helped make a demon out of her. Her sister, Valerie Hawthorne. You mean the victim was involved in the kidnapping plot as well? But she was a detective then. You're saying she participated in her sister's kidnapping. Precisely. I'm sure that weighed heavily on her conscience for the past 5 years. This is the sole reason behind the victim's murder. What do you mean by that? On the day of the murder? After receiving the phone call from Mr. Fallis, Valerie called her sister, Dahlia, and then she told her what she was planning to do. She was going to tell the whole truth, as she wrote it in her note. That is what sealed Valerie Hawthorne's fate. That is when you hatched your demonic plan to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. A plan that would ensure neither of your accomplices to the kidnapping would talk. And that is why you killed your sister, Valerie Hawthorne. Who was that, laughing at a time like this? Forgive me, it's just hilarious. Witness? Is that you? You amuse me, woman. Miss Maya Fey. You can certainly weave an exciting tale. Naturally, you have the evidence to back it up, don't you? Evidence? Evidence that I planned the kidnapping, of course. That at 14, I plotted it with Mr. Fallis and my sister. Well, And one more thing. What happened to the $2 million diamond? If you can't provide an evidence at least show that. Well, Miss Faye? I don't know. What a joke. You, Miss Faye. Are you stupid or something? Erg. How can I prove a fake kidnapping that happened 5 years ago? I don't even have a decisive proof of Valerie Hawthorne's murder. Well, it seems that we've come to the end. To be honest, the witness's behavior does raise certain suspicions. However, I am forced to reject the assertions made by the defense. Of course you are. Is this it? Is it really over? A girl has made a fool of me and there's nothing I can do about it. Without evidence, that trial is over. Who decided that? Mr. Armando. Come on now, kitten. Haven't you figured out that you could make your own rules? For example, even if there's no evidence, there's still testimony. Testimony? On the day in question, Dahlia Hawthorne murdered his sister, Valerie Hawthorne. She hid her body in the trunk of Mr. Fawless' stolen car and then went to meet with him. Disguised as her sister, Valerie Hawthorne. That's what you think, right? Yes, that's right. In that case, there's only one answer, right? There's only one person left who can testify about Valerie Hawthorne's murder. Since there's no proof, there's only one thing left to do. Who is the one person that can testify? Our client. Your Honor, defense wishes to call a new witness. A new witness? Yes. We would like to hear the testimony of Terry Fawless, the defendant. There's only one person that can shed any further light on the situation. Only one person that knows what Dahlia's role in the kidnapping was. Only one person that can say whether the person in the photo is Valerie Hawthorne, or whether it was in fact her younger sister, Dahlia, disguised as her. There's only one person who can solve this riddle once and for all, and that person is Terry Fawless. Oh boy. Oh, I keep getting interrupted. Okay. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what is your take on this? Why not? The prosecution has no objection. Very well. Bailiff, bring the defendant to the witness stand. This is my last chance, Mr. Fawless. My last chance to establish Dahlia's guilt. You're all I have left. Oh boy. Defendant, you've heard everything that's been said up to this point, yes? I don't believe it. No way. Dahlia died 5 years ago. Valerie betrayed me. Mr. Fawless, I don't know what she said to you 5 years ago, but one thing is clear. Dahlia is very much alive, and you were used for $2 million. That's not true. Mr. Fawless, there's only one question I want the answer to. 2 days ago on Dusky Bridge, who did you meet? Was it Valerie Hawthorne, or was it Dahlia Hawthorne? Dahlia, did you betray me? 5 years ago, she promised never, ever betray each other. Terry. Dahlia, it's true. You are alive. You don't trust me anymore? That makes me sad. Tell the truth, the real truth. I believed in you. I shouldn't need to say it. You should already know. But there is one thing that I will say. My life is in your hands right now, Terry. Leah. I'll allow Mr. Fawless to testify once only. Well then, Mr. Fawless, yours will be the final testimony in this trial. Witness. Gah! Eek! I'm sorry, I apologize. Water. Please. Water. Can't talk. Need water. Oh well, I guess it'll have to be my coffee instead. At least it'll match the way he's probably feeling right now. Darker and bitter than hell itself. Okay. That day, 4 p.m., I stopped the car. I was in front of the bridge. She wasn't there, so I waited on bridge. I watched my car from bridge. I never put nobody in that car. Finally, one woman came. She stood in front of me. We talked. Then she left. That was Valerie. Not my Dahlia. Mr. Fawless, you're covering for her. Do you think she would do the same for you? That's enough, Miss Fay. His last statement was a fitting way to end the final testimony of the trial. Well then, Miss Fay, please proceed with your cross-examination. This is how you want it to end, Mr. Fawless? Another guilty verdict to go along with your death sentence? There's only one person who can stop it. You can, I think. Okay. Okay, she wasn't there, so I went on bridge. I waited my car from the bridge. I never put no body in that car. Finally, one woman came. She stood in front of me. We talked and she left. That was Valerie, not my dog. Hold on. She wasn't there, so I waited on bridge. You were quite early, so you waited on the bridge, correct? Yeah, I like waiting. I'm used to it. I'm sure he is. Superboy waited 5 years to ask a single question. Find out why a woman betrayed him. Damn, 30 minutes must have been like a blink of an eye. I watched my car from bridge. I never put no body in that car. Finally, one woman came. She stood in front of me. We talked, and she left. But you were watching the car. That bridge, other side is broken. Nobody can come from there. So I was watching car. Sorry, what else were you expecting him to do? Suppose that the obvious thing to do. That's the thing, yeah. Because the picture, he's on the other side. If he got there first, he would be standing here, not over where he's standing. That doesn't make sense. So when you got to the bridge, no one had arrived, huh? So you waited on the bridge? You're sure of that? Yeah, I'm sure. You're sure, huh? Well, then I'm sure too, Mr. Fallis. I'm sure that you're lying. What? Oh, I would love to hear your rationale on this, Miss Faye. You want to know who arrived at the bridge first? Just look at this photo. It's perfectly clear. Obviously, the person that came first would be the one at the end of the bridge, right? But that's not the victim at the end. That's the victim at the end of the bridge. Precisely my point. In other words, Mr. Fallis, you must have arrived at the bridge after she did. Mr. Fallis? Please don't get so worked up. We just want the truth. I got there around 4 o'clock, it's true. I had somewhere to go, a special place. Did you go to the special place before you went to the bridge? Yeah, it's an old temple about 15 minutes from the bridge. 5 years ago, me and Dahlia, we promised each other. We swore we wouldn't betray each other. She brought a memento to represent our love. A memento? 5 years ago, I hid it under a base of tree there. Oh man, doesn't that look familiar? It's a special memory for me. This is it. This is what I went to go get. This little bottle on a necklace is your memento. It's quite charming, but it looks empty. Your Honor, you heard what my client said. He arrived at the scene at 4 o'clock. But he then left his car unattended and walked away. He was gone for approximately 30 minutes. With that much time, Dahlia Hawthorne could have easily hidden the body in the trunk of his car. No! Indeed. There certainly was enough time for it. We've still got a chance. I've still got a chance. Mr. Fallis, there's no mistaking it. Huh? Mr. Fallis? Oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's enough. Please. Witness? I promised her 5 years ago, if it ever happens, that we can't trust each other no more, then we're supposed to drink bottle milk. No! Stop the trial! Your Honor, we need a recess. I am stupid. Couldn't keep promise. So I did it. I drank this. No! We were so close! Just a little more! I was going to prove your innocence! No, don't want that. Don't trust self. Maybe kill again. Kill sweet Dahlia again. Mr. Fallis! Mr. R. Armando, thanks for the coffee.
Oh.
That's why he wanted the water.
So he could drink the poison.
Yep. Mr. Fallis!
And that explains why she isn't in prison.
Yep.
In the other game.
Yep. Because he died on trial. So my first trial ended, suddenly and tragically. It ended with no winners, only losers. I ended up with a wound that cut so deep into his soul I thought it'd never heal. I'm sure it was the same for the young prosecutor as well. But one person, the true criminal, Dahlia Hawthorne, she left the courtroom with a secret smile on her demonically sweet face. That's how she got away with murder. Unforgivable. The witch. Mr. Armando, we were so close to the truth. It's right there in front of us. You were just a little too soft, kitten. It's my fault. It's my fault that Mr. Fallis killed himself. Don't cry, kitten. You're going to make my coffee all salty. I knew it. I knew I wasn't cut out for this. Maya. Don't you get it? You can't cry yet. Ow.
Yeah, no kidding.
The only time a lawyer can cry is when it's all over. Mr. Armando. No matter how tough the case, no matter how bitter the memories, they always fade over time. When you file them away and eventually forget them, one year later, in this very same courthouse, I, myself, got wrapped up in that case.
Referring to...
Yep, when he got framed for murder. Only after that did Dahlia Hawthorne get put on trial for her crimes. The verdict that was ultimately handed down to her was guilty, of course. Naturally, when the verdict was read, she had a perfect, angelic smile on her face. It was finally all over. At least, that's what I thought at the time. Unfortunately, I couldn't have been more wrong. It's been 5 years, but now something has happened that's made me remember all this. Alright. Was that all of episode 4? Oh, it was. Okay. Let's end it early-ish for now, because this is going to be a start of a new part. That's definitely going to take more than, like, an hour to get further enough ahead to, like, stuff.
So gotta let dogs out, right?
Yeah. Plus, I'm watching a dog for the next couple days, so fun.
Fun times.
Fun times. But, yeah, we'll end it for tonight. But now we know that all of that has to do with what's coming next.
It was nice seeing Mia alive again and not being channeled through Maya.
Yeah. You mean Maya? Maya is dead. Maya.
I'm pretty sure M-I-A is Mia, pronounced Mia, and Maya is M-A-Y-A. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's how it's pronounced. Whatever. I'm happy. We got to see the original OG Faye lawyer girl again, alive. It was nice.
Was good. And we got to see...
I am surprised though that flashback was the entire chapter.
Yeah, it was. It was interesting. And we also know why Mr. Godot knows anything about Mr. Wright.
Because he was involved in the first case?
Well, yeah, well, like, he knew that he had connections to my FA.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I still want to know more about Mr. Godot's backstory and why he changed his name, first of all. Because the whole basically being changed, I don't want to say he looks like a robot now, but he kind of looks like a robot now.
Yeah.
Caffeine-powered android, if you will.
Well, that will all be revealed in this last chapter.
Alright, I will bring my coffee next week then.
Alright. Be highly caffeinated.
Alright, later.
See you later. Alright. Let's do this. Get that out of the way. Alright. That's gonna be end for tonight. Hopefully my mic didn't sound like garbage the entire time. Again, that would be really, really annoying, but it probably does. Anyway. Have a good night. See you next week, I suppose. Peace. Bye-bye. 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 Goodbyes.